Games, Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life with 10 things we love about Devin Townsend. We are talking Devin Townsend's music, his entire catalogue, from Strapping Young Lad to the Devin Townsend Project, to the Devin Townsend Band, the Casualties of Cool, to Devin Townsend, the man. So that should have made it easy, right?
Yeah, it should have done, shouldn't it? Fuck me, this is the hardest list I've ever written in my life.
Okie dokie. Right, then get us started.
Should I go first?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Basically, I'm in awe at his talent.
Yeah.
His voice, musical skill, multi-instrumental, his ideas, concepts, everything that he comes up with. It doesn't really matter if I love him or hate him or whatever, but you just can't deny that he's just an insanely talented man.
Yeah, it's my number one. In different words, but the same thing. He is a musical genius. From Strapping Young Lad to Devin Townsend Band, the Devin Townsend Project. This is a guy who basically gets music and does it his way, and has come up with some of the most incredible stuff that's as wildly eclectic to the levels of rock to heavy fucking balls metal. He is a musical genius.
And my second one is kind of focusing purely on his vocal skills.
Okay.
I think I'm really impressed. Like, he can basically sing in many, many different styles and ranges. It's quite remarkable, from deathy growls with Strapping Young Lad and all that, screams, crooning, anything in between. He's just a very, very talented vocalist.
He is. Yes, easily one of my favourites.
Listening to him sing.
Agreed. But I don't have his vocals. So, there you go.
There you go. Look at that. Look at us fucking ranging out.
My second one then, he embraced his bipolar disorder and actually used it. Used that to create his music. Cool.
Short and to the point.
Yeah, well, there's not really much else to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll kind of tag on to that one then, because I duplicate up on it a little bit, but I've just put it down as mental health.
Yeah.
He's a great advertisement for pushing on despite mental health issues, having been diagnosed with bipolar, and openly discuss suffering with depression. But look at him go.
Yes.
And hopefully that inspires a few people too. There you go.
Right, okay, I've got a couple of Strapping Lad related ones. So I'm going to do two in a row.
Yep.
Basically, listen to City. It's as simple as that. If you want to know what the best Strapping Lad album is, it's City. Go check that out. That's the one you should be listening to. However, if you want to know what the best Strapping Young Lad song is, you need to go to Alien, where you'll find love. There you go.
Not like that. I mean,
No, the song's called Love. But yeah, those City for the album, Love for the track. Two separate ones, but there you go.
Cool. My next one is he does what he wants.
Basically. He does.
His music isn't heavy enough, and he wants to make a name. I think at the beginning he was doing vocal touring with like Steve Vai or something like that. And decides, I want to do heavier, so he forms Strapping Young Lad and smashes it. Decides he wants to be more creative, create new projects. So he isn't happy with label interference, so he creates his own label. People want more Strapping Young Lad. He goes, continues down his path, and he'll return to it, I believe, when and only when he wants to.
Yep.
With no peer pressure or anything that will ever impact him. And I just love how he kind of forges his own trail, unhampered by the demands of his colleagues, fans and peers. Love him or hate him, he does what he wants.
And we love him for it. Do another, because I did two.
Okay, I think it's really cool that he understands himself, that he represents different genres in his music. I like that he understands that fans of Strapping Young Lad may not be fans of the Devin Townsend Project. He made a big name for himself with Strapping Young Lad, and he could quite easily have just stuck with that as his name and started changing the band's style. Started adding more creative music to it and everything like that. But I think, I could be wrong, but I think he knows each of his tastes and projects deserve a home of their own without harming the others. So,
yeah.
And I just think other bands could do well to do the same. So for example, like Suicide Silence are a good example, who changed quite dramatically with the new vocalist that came in.
Yeah.
And we've done it a few times with bands. We said, do you know what? If you're going to do that, why don't you just create a side project? Why don't you create a new name? Why would you tarnish the original name with a complete change in direction? Korn, for example. Are a good one. Why didn't they call themselves Korn 2? And it was the dubstep version. Why tarnish Korn? But I did give another good example, but this is this is more of a joke. Right. Sorry, this is a dad joke. Yeah.
Okay.
And I wrote, Metallica could have had a country-style project for Load called Mootalica. Understanding that the original Metallica represented traditional thrash, so why would you change?
You're not wrong, because...
So there you go. But I think it's cool. I could be wrong, but in my impression, right, most artists would have gone, like, I'm Strapping Young Lad. What did they do? 5 albums? 4 albums? Like, in a pretty short space of time. They weren't around for like 20 years or anything like that. And then he decides, I want to branch out. Now, most people would just branch out within Strapping Young Lad. That's what he would have done. I think he knew he wanted to branch out so far that he felt it deserved a place of its own. So he wasn't going to infect Strapping Young Lad with what he wanted to do, knowing that it might be for two different fan bases. And I think that's shows some really, really good awareness, I think, of metal fans and the community as a whole.
It actually an example I would use as well, tying into that, because as you were talking, it got me thinking. Casualties of Cool, which is obviously, if you take that album, that really could have gone under the Devin Townsend project name, because if you look at albums like Ghost and some of the more mellow stuff he's got on that stuff, you know what I mean?
Absolutely,
it could have easily done.
And
but
if
he
you look
didn't.
Not exclusively, but across a lot of the projects that he gets involved in, there is crossover between band members, not just himself. So the person he has on guitar, the person who's helping him with the vocals, like females, and that sort of stuff. So he has chosen to even take the same band members sometimes and say, no, we got to do it under a different name.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really, really clever move and a good move, and something that other bands could learn from.
Yeah.
If you're going to take a massive 360 turn on your style, do it with a different name.
Yep. Although he's not related to this, a good example of modern day someone doing that is Nurgle, who are doing something quite wildly different from Behemoth with Me and That Man. Great. Now I'm going to go to this one then, because you actually kind of brought it up briefly, and basically I love that Devin collaborated with Anneke van Giersbergen, probably murdering her name, but fucking hell, thanks to her input on the likes of EpiCloud, my God, what a collaboration that is. Love it.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like the fact that he seems like a very happy chap. He just seems to genuinely enjoy what he does. Even in his heavier songs, he tends to perform them on stage with this huge fucking cheesy grin on his face. Which is just an infectious attitude for all. Something we've spoken about quite a lot as well. If you see a band or a person in a band or whoever it might be enjoying what they're doing, it does infect you. It does hit the crowd as well, and you tend to enjoy it more.
You're like me, I'm sure. We're probably both aware that Bloodstock set, the upcoming Bloodstock 2020 set, is going to be a very happy experience.
Yeah.
Yes. One more strapping lad reference. One more for you before I get into before I blow my load of what the things I really, really love. And this is a story. Now I'm going to tell you a funny story from Download 2008. It relates to Strapping Young Lad. No names are mentioned of who this person was. So basically, in the campsite area, big group of people that we used to hang around with. Some still, some not so much. And in that area and stuff like that. And there was one guy who was basically, we had a stereo. Me and my wife, or girlfriend at the time, had a stereo. And with that, we were playing CDs. And Love from Strapping a Lad was playing. I remember exactly this. This guy then goes, who's this band? I'm like, it's Strapping a Lad. He was wearing a Strapping a Lad t-shirt. Didn't know Love. And I remember his face when I told him, and he had good sense to look embarrassed.
Yeah.
But don't wear a t-shirt that you don't know shit about, because I didn't call him out on that. He stepped into that cowpat himself.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But to not, you're wearing a t-shirt of a band, not to know what was arguably Strapping Lad's most famous and wildly popular song.
But even if you don't know the song, you'd expect to be like, it really sounds like Strapping Young Lad.
Yeah,
I don't recognise the song.
Yeah, maybe because it's coming from a stereo in a field, that kind of thing.
But
just that memory sticks with me.
Like Jay-Z wearing a Metallica top or something in it.
Yeah, well, you just don't wear a t-shirt from a band you don't know shit about. You're wearing a Kamikaze Test Pilots t-shirt. I'm wearing a Child Rain t-shirt. I'm pretty confident we both know these bands well enough, you know? Yeah.
Cool. My next one then, Heavy Devi. I really like the fact that he grew so disillusioned with the music industry and record label that he just went, I'll just create my own.
Yep.
Being aware he makes eclectic music and not wanting it to interfere with his record label based work, he created his own avenue rather than just moaning about how tough and restrictive record labels can be.
Yep. Yeah. And that was a really early doors thing for him as well.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the initial reason to try and get his first non-strapping young lad out, was his avenue to say, right, I'm going to do it myself.
Banging. Some of it was more mellow music. So ER, Divine, Hold On, From the Heart, Spirits Will Collide. 5 stunning tracks there. Stuff that lifts the soul. When Devin Townsend project, these are project stuff, and just Devin Townsend with Empath. When he wants to sing and chill and be mellow, it's fucking incredible. Incredible stuff.
Yeah. So I've gone a little bit. This is, at first it sounds kind of similar to the original ones that I had, but about his artistic side. Mm-hmm. And it's a bit weird with Devin, but even his songs that I don't like very much, I kind of appreciate. I don't feel any malice towards most of the ones that I even really don't like at all.
Oh yeah, cool.
You know what I mean? Like with bands normally, it'd be like, those songs are brilliant. That one is shit.
Yep.
But I don't really feel like that with Devin. There's lots of songs of Devin that I go, I'll never listen to that song again. Mm. But I still kind of appreciate it. I'm like, because it's more from an artistic side. You know, so yeah, there you go. It's like generally with all of his albums, I only find songs in two categories, which are ones I like and ones I appreciate.
Yeah, I 100% agree. When I listened to Casualty as a Core, I was like, oh man. Because that was at a point when that came out where I was so banging into him, way more than I am currently now. But that's more because I just didn't listen to him for quite a couple of years until we started doing this list. And I remember being just like, oh man, that's not for me. But it wasn't that. I wasn't like that shit. I was just like, cool, that one goes to the side.
Yeah, that's the thing of this. It's kind of strange. It's like, I don't know. It's just even the stuff that's really out there and fucking weird and, you know, proper strange stuff. It's like you can still kind of appreciate it, and you go, yeah, I'm probably never going to listen to that again. But I'm glad I listened to it once. Yeah, and I experienced it.
What's the best Devin Townsend album?
Empath.
Wrong. It's not. My next one is an album, and it is Epic Cloud. This to me is this is the album. If someone asks me, show me Devin Townsend project. Epic Cloud, because I could play almost every track of this album and they're all brilliant. True North, Lucky Animal, Save Our Now, Kingdom, Divine, Grace, Hold On. This is literally 3/4 of the fucking album there, and each one of those songs, basically, if it's not out already, it'll be out soon. We have done, not me and Brendan, me and my wife have done a design your own set list for Devin Townsend, Bloodstock based. And do you know how hard it was for me not to fill that with this album? This is how much I love this album, and I hadn't listened to it for years until about 3 weeks ago when I was design your own set list, and I was like, okay, let me remind myself of this album. And I was like, oh my god, it's been so long, put it on it, and I literally listened to it for a week straight after that. Fucking love it. Listen to Epic Cloud. It's better than Empath. It's better than Addicted. It's better than anything Strapping Lad did. It is the jam. Yes.
Yep. The jam.
The jam.
But it didn't have my next song on it, which is Spirits Will Collide, which is all that you really need to listen to. It's the only song I've called out individually. Basically, I love the song. Mm-hmm. I find it genuinely makes me feel better. It has a profound impact on me emotionally. In that, if I'm having an off day, it just injects me with a little bit of positivity. Mm-hmm. And you know, I also wrote that they probably should play this song to settle wars. Just play it on the battlefield and watch each side decide to have a cuddle instead.
Don't say anything else, because that's now going to roll in. Exactly that last line is going to roll into why I also have something related to When Spirits Will Collide. Spirits will collide, not when spirits will collide. And it is, calm yourself down. Probably the greatest opening lyrical line from the man. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I can't see a better opening lyrical line.
It's the way it's delivered, man. That's the thing.
Yeah, and it just like it's such a it isn't. I haven't put the track specifically, although it is incredible, an incredible piece of work. Probably his greatest track he's written. Even as much as I've Epic Cloud, this is probably up there as the best song. But
that's backing up my Empath being the best album.
No, because overall. But yeah, all right. I've got one more.
Yep, me too.
Go, your last one.
All right. Well, this is the most important one on my list.
Go on.
It's fucking huge and it's extremely serious.
All right.
All right. Representing the bald.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
The response to anyone mocking baldness should simply be Devin Townsend. So I wrote some examples. Okay. Bald people aren't cool, say Devin Townsend. Right? You can't be a metalhead without long hair, Devin Townsend. Someone called you bald prick, Devin Townsend. No, I did write, okay, that one doesn't quite work, but you get my point.
Okay, alright, yeah. I thought you were going to be serious. I was actually...
serious?
Yeah.
There you go.
My one is a serious one, although it might not sound it if you don't know the song. So, one of my all-time favourite Devin Townsend songs is The Mighty Masturbator of Deconstruction. Now, when I say that to most people, like, no, is it a joke track? It's like, no, it is and it isn't. It's not. It's actually a technical, progressive side of madness. It's 18 odd minutes long. It's fucking unbelievably eclectic, strange, almost unlistenable at times, but it wows me. It blows me away. And the ending, the last 2 to 3 minutes, and if you know it, picture those drums as the circus music starts. Down, 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 and in my head, I picture him as a ringmaster as he introduces everything, and it's so incredibly over the top that I can't believe he wrote it. And I would be like, was he fucking off his nut when he did this? Yeah. But no, he wouldn't have been at this point. He's just a very, very... I don't know, how do you write this? I just can't get my head around how he writes it. And genius. I love it. I love it.
Music genius.
That's what it is. It's musical genius. And ignore the title. It's not a joke track in that sense. It's just fucking weird. Yeah. He's a weird guy.
Yep.
There you go, 10 things we love about Devin Townsend. And normally I'd say, next time you will get to see 10 things we hate about Devin Townsend. But we've already discussed this, and we are not calling it 10 things we hate about Devin Townsend. We're going to even bracket it in the title, even though it's part of the series, because I hate the idea of using the word hate and Devin Townsend in the same title, because it just feels wrong, feels unfair to a guy who's so lovely. So it's going to be 10 things that kind of mildly annoy us, maybe, you know, about Devin Townsend. There you go. Look out for it. Let us know what yours are in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?